Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan was slammed irresponsible for putting Harry and Archie to danger when breaks Los Angeles lockdown. The Duchess of Sussex was described as irresponsible and dangerous for celebrating Mother's Day with Doria on May 10, just days before California's lockdown was extended again. Meghan Markle has been also slammed for allegedly making Prince Harry break coronavirus lockdown to see his mum-in-law. Sources told OprahMag.com the trio visited Doria in Los Angeles to celebrate Mother's Day on May 10, just days before California's lockdown was extended until August. The magazine claimed everyone was mindful of proper social distancing guidelines, but California's strict lockdown bans gatherings with people who are not members of your household. But one Twitter user raged, so they essentially disobeyed the stay-in-place order? Irresponsible and dangerous much? I guess no matter how much money you have you still can't buy common sense. Another fumed, thought Callie was on lockdown. It comes amid claims Prince Harry is missing his UK pals and doesn't have friends in Los Angeles. He and Meghan Markle left the UK at the start of this year after stepping down as senior royals. And Lady Colin Campbell has described Meghan Markle as an alpha female who is able to dominate Prince Harry, who she dubbed a weaker alpha male. Royal biographer Lady Colin Campbell said, "Weaker Prince Harry will never leave his wife Meghan Markle as it is impossible for him to wriggle free of her control." Lady C, 70, is reportedly preparing to unleash explosive revelations about the couple's lives in an upcoming tell-all book. She claims her book, Meghan and Harry, The Real Story, will shine a light in dark corners of their relationship. Aristocrat Lady C said, "I have seen marriages like Meghan and Harry's very close up where a strong powerful woman, the alpha female, manages to wangle her way in with an alpha male who is weaker than she is. The husband is so strongly attached he can't ever summon up the strength to leave." I Am a Celeb's Lady C has previously written books on the royals, most notably Harry's mum, Princess Diana. In 1992, she released the book Diana in Private, which was billed as an inside look at the princess. It provided a detailed account of her private life, from her birth through to her 1979 wedding to Prince Charles, to the problems that troubled her marriage. They have settled in Los Angeles via Canada, and are reportedly staying at a mansion owned by movie producer Tyler Perry. But, Gogglebox's Pete and Sophie had some strong words for Meghan Markle last night as they watched her narrating the Disney film Elephant. Gogglebox stars Pete and Sophie couldn't resist making a brutal jibe about former royal Meghan Markle, who is married to Prince Harry. The pair sent shockwaves around the world earlier this year as they announced they would be breaking from the royal family and moving to Los Angeles. As Meghan narrated the documentary about a herd of elephants traveling through the Kalahari Desert, she told viewers that to elephants that family meant everything. Pete swiped, "Not to you though apparently. She abandoned her family, also abandoned the royal family. Yet she said it so, shamelessly." He and Sophie then joked that Meghan had been stitched up by the Disney bosses, as he pretended to be a boss of the huge company. Pete said, "They threw her under the bus with his 'It's like we're going to do it about family Meghan, is that all right with you?' as the pair giggled. The cheeky pair also asked if this narrating role was the one that Harry had been asking Disney CEO Bob Iger about at the Lion King premiere. Meanwhile, Watch What Happens Live host, Andy Cohen, has revealed his #1 awkward question for Meghan Markle should she appear on his American Chat show. The 51-year-old certainly wasn't holding back with his thoughts as he spoke openly about what he would prompt if given the opportunity to interview the Suits actress. In January, the shock announcement landed, stipulating that Harry and Meghan would be taking a step back from their royal commitments, fleeing the UK to start a new life across the pond. Since their move to Canada followed quickly by another move to Los Angeles, there has been lots of speculation about their decision, with many people questioning when this may have been instigated. It would seem that Andy Cohen is equally as suspicious as to when the choice to make a break may have arisen. The producer and TV host was eager to pinpoint the turning point and wanted to understand if it had always been a consideration for Meghan. During an interview with Mail Australia, when under the spotlight himself, Andy revealed the awkward question could stem around knowing about the move, before even tying the knot. He would ask, "Did you know going into it that you were going to make a break?" Meanwhile, Ladies of London star Julie Montague thinks Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are "at a point of no return." Predicted that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry would move months before they actually announced their royal exit. Julie also just gave royal fans some major insight into how the Brits reacted when Meghan and Harry left the royal family and how the Sussexes are likely feeling now. While promoting her new TV show, An American Aristocrat's Guide to Great Estates, Julie said, "Honestly, when they decided to step back, I think the Brits were really surprised. I think everybody was sad because this has never happened before." Of course, the shady tabloids make it sound like the exact opposite, but it's nice to have Julie's perspective on the matter. And talking about their move to Los Angeles, despite reports that being away from his royal family during a pandemic is hard on Harry, Julie thinks he will adjust to his new life really well. "I think he's going to love it," she told Us Weekly. "I don't know if there's necessarily going to be a culture shock because who doesn't love Los Angeles? They're going to have a lot more freedom. One can certainly hope." She also added that there's probably no shot at them ever moving back to England because of everything that went down. "I don't think that they do want to come back," she guessed. "I think that they're at a point of no return. I think they're like, this is where we're going to make home. Time will tell." And the latest news revealed Princess Diana's painful dreams about the royal family. Besides her most trusted inner circle, few people were close enough to Princess Diana to know what was really going through her mind in the final few years before her death. But dream expert Joan Hanger was given the rare opportunity to speak to the Princess of Wales throughout the 90s. Like many of us, Diana wanted to know what her dreams meant and likely wanted to take comfort from them in the wake of the breakdown of her marriage to Prince Charles. As well as seeing her beheaded husband, Diana even dreamt about her own funeral, a tragic forecast into her fateful death in Paris in August 1997. It was Diana's fascination with dreams which led her to write the foreword for Joan's book Your Children's Dreams. After the princess invited the dream analyst to Kensington Palace, a friendship blossomed between the pair, and Diana regularly called Joan for a chat. "She told me she loved dreams," Joan tells New Idea. "We spoke about symbols and how important they are, and she told me the boys loved to dream and they all talked about it." Joan remembers her first time meeting the princess in person. "It was just like if you and I were here talking over the dining room table," she explains. "So comfortable, so divine." As her relationship with Charles worsened, Diana continued to seek comfort in Joan's interpretations. "She would ring me on the weekends, on a Sunday mostly, because that's when she'd be very lonely. Her recurring dreams were mainly about being lost, and that's a sign of losing your identity. She just couldn't find out where she was going or what her future was. It's also a sign that you're trying to conform with outside expectations of who people think you are, but they don't really reflect who you are." Joan says Diana would dream of torn clothes, which can also be interpreted as a symbol of constraint. Torn clothes are symbols of people tearing her apart, and her not being able to be who she wants to be. With her impending divorce at the forefront of her mind, it is unsurprising that Prince Charles played a significant part in Diana's subconscious. "She did dream about Charles a lot," Joan says. "She said that she thought he'd never be king. She'd seen him beheaded in her dreams, and that has a lot of connotations. In the dream world, it can subliminally play on words like losing your head or getting ahead. When he did appear in her dreams, she didn't seem to know where he belonged. There were issues of dominance there." Perhaps the most interesting dream was Diana's dream, which appeared to predict her own funeral. "It was quite astonishing because it happened just after her divorce," Joan remembers. "I was in Kensington Palace with Paul Burrell, Diana's butler, and her, and she said, 'I had this dream last night and it was a funeral. I could see everyone there. Charles was there. He wasn't dressed in his uniform but everyone else was.'" Joan assumed the dream signified the death of her marriage to Charles. "I didn't take it as anything sinister, like her own funeral. I said, 'Ma'am, I'm sure the dream means the end of your marriage and you're seeing the death of it.'" While Diana's dreams were complex, Joan says the mother of two princes was certainly on a journey, one which seemed to have a promising future ahead. "I think her future would have been absolutely marvelous," Joan says. "I think she was on the right track with everything. As far as she was concerned, she was on the road to making her life work. She grew so much while we were working through the dreams. One recurring dream saw Diana thrive. Falling in a dream can mean you're falling down in someone's estimation, Jones says. But when Diana had this dream, before she landed, she would fly. I loved that. Flying is freedom. My news today is ended. How do you feel about it? Please let me know your opinion about my news. And if you loved it, remember to like and share it for everyone. Also subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family by the Sussex Daily News team. Now, thank you for watching, goodbye and see you in the next video.